All right, your girl is um, ready to hit the sheets. But before I do that, just wanted to check in with you guys. I do want to be, accountable with what I'm doing, and also ignore the noise in the background. That's actually my dishwasher. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base today on how taking care of yourself comes before anything, I think. And it's really hard to think of wellness as a priority compared to just doing great in life, right? I feel like a lot of us tackle whatever we have to get done during the day over what we need um, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And that's been a really big kind of life lesson for me lately. And I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that and see what you guys think about it as well. And I kind of did a little bit of an experiment, and it was really, really cool to see it work. So basically, I've been putting my self-care like before anything, and I've just been doing little things that I never did before, and I feel like it makes me feel more in control of my life, and it makes me feel more in control as a mother, and it also makes me feel it makes me feel in control of just like my performance as a what we say, as a businesswoman, almost, even though I'm not really a businesswoman, but I would say career-wise, it really helps me way more than it ever did. And it's just been dawning on me that this is just so friggin' important. So one of the things that I basically implemented is that I will force myself to wake up early in the morning and just do a little routine just for myself, instead of getting up when my daughter gets up and then, I just hear her cry or scream or whatever. Sometimes she's laughing. But that's just how I used to wake up. I used to wake up whenever my daughter would wake up, and then I would just kind of scramble to get everything done during that time. And then just like, depending on whether I'm going to work or depending on whether I'm staying at home, because I do have a hybrid work from home kind of deal going on, which is really cool. I like that I get the best of both worlds. But anyway, yeah, so I've been doing that. I just wake up in the morning and I meditate for a little bit. I make myself a delicious cup of coffee, and sometimes I'll light a candle and I'll just do my meditation. And then once that's done, I notice that I also really like just listening to like some type of motivational like audiobook, or like videos by this lady called She's Drinking Coffee. She's also really good. I don't know, just watching her stuff and just listening to her makes me feel very well. So anyway, I don't really get to listen in on much blogs and vlogs and podcasts as much as I used to, just because the job that I have now, it really requires me to be on like 24/7. I am always on the phone with clients, making sales and all that. So I don't really get time to listen to as much content as I used to in my older job, where it wasn't really that much necessary for me to always like be available for calls. But I think it's kind of nice, I'm limiting my intake of media, which I really needed because I noticed that I was going on like kind of like a downhill spiral, specifically with a lot of true crime related stuff, which I find to be fascinating, but it's so it is really toxic for you, you know. It really messes with your sense of like safety, I think, and that's not nice. Specifically, and this is kind of weird, but you know, I can't absolutely handle any type of true crime that's related to like little ones, you know, like I just can't. So anytime I would accidentally come across like an episode on one of those subjects, I would get very, very depressed and very like just so sad, and it would haunt me for days. So I don't do that anymore, and I think it's been really nice. I have been very, very selective with my media. But anyway, that's one of the facets of well-being that I'm trying to kind of um, nurture in my life, and it's been really, really nice. And also I've noticed that I find more time to do more me things, which I thought was impossible with the schedule that I had, and that's been really cool. Like, I'm finding time to talk to you guys, even though I'm a little tired, and I'm totally gonna doze off after this, but it's just really cool. What else? So, yes. So basically, I wanted to see if something good comes out of this whole wellness kind of thing. I don't want to really call it self-care because that just sounds like you're like, to me, whenever someone talks about self-care, I automatically think of like getting manicures or something, and it's so much more than that, you know? So I would say to like cultivate wellness in your life. So I wanted to see what the end result of that would be. Like if I set clear boundaries in my life. I'll also go into a little bit of what kind of boundaries I've been making with work, but yeah, so I did that, and like I just hit like a goal, like a career goal that I wanted to hit for a few months. This month, just like at where it should be. So I just passed it by like just a little bit, you know, and it was just so cool to see that I could do that. It made me really be thankful that I am taking care of myself and I am putting myself first before anyone, which is really hard to do. It's, if you're a parent, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. But even if you're not a parent, sometimes you still put so many other people in front of you. But yeah, so that was really cool. So today was a really good day to actually be able to hit that goal. Like, it was right on the dot, and this is like a monthly goal. So we'll see what next month brings us if I continue doing this, and hopefully I really do. But yeah, so I've been doing the whole audiobook thing in the morning while I'm just like working a little bit on my laptop. You know, just, I am also a reseller, so I like to just work on that like in the morning when I can, and I find that to be enjoyable because then I can listen to my audiobook and just like kind of work for maybe like an hour or so. And the audiobook that I've been listening to has been Think and Grow Rich by I believe Napoleon Hill. And I was getting a little bit turned off by a lot of like spiritual related stuff because I don't know, I just felt like it was because I have been in that place before in my life. And I kind of took everything as like absolutes, you know? I think I put way too much faith in something that's outside of me rather than thinking that whatever this higher power is, like, I am also a part of it. Does that make sense? So I kind of like to dip my feet in these kind of things with a very skeptical mind, but it was really cool to test out the experiment for sure. So yeah, another thing that when it comes to wellness that I've been doing is I have been really putting a lot of boundaries when it comes to my work, specifically when I'm working from home. So I literally just used to work from my couch, like how I'm doing right now, with the TV on in the background in my PJs. And I'm sure a lot of people do that, but it wasn't working out for me. I was not performing well, or as well as I should be. And I really think that I wasn't really reaching my potential. So at least for like since the last time that I was at home, I decided to sit on my dining table, light a candle, have good lighting, be in like day clothes, you know, have my face washed, have my teeth brushed, and you know, have a nice cup of like coffee or tea on the side, and then work. And it actually made a difference. I actually was performing way better. And this is just nice because I don't know if this happens to a lot of you, specifically if you're working from home. You get distracted very easily. While you're working from home, like you just look maybe to like the side of like your kitchen, and then you see that, oh, the dishes need to be done. Oh, the bed needs to be done. Oh, I need to do some laundry. Let me just go ahead and do that for like 5 minutes, and then it turns into 10 and then 15, and then you kind of just lose track of time. That happens to me a lot. So just sitting on the desk and just doing that, and like obviously I get overwhelmed very easily with like my own mental to-do list. When that happens, I just tell myself that your work is the only thing that you should care about right now. So what you're doing in front of you, and I know like I put a lot of importance in my work. I'm just like that, like I get very nerdy about like my job performance and stuff, but this can be applied to anything. You know, I feel like it's so easy to be distracted nowadays. Like I am maybe cooking straight right then, you know, like maybe I'm listening to music while I'm cooking or something, and then Siri is gonna go like, oh, this person texted you this, do you want to answer that? And it's like, you're like, oh yeah, let me just do that. Like things get so easily distracting. So it's really nice to just be able to tell yourself that what's right in front of you, what you are doing right now, is all that matters at this moment, and that's it. And every now and then, if you want to take a break, you get a sip of tea or you get some coffee, and then you're done, you know. So that's been really nice. And I have been able to like do the little focus setting on my phone. My boyfriend was really sweet. He like showed me how to do that. So that was really cool. So I just don't get distracted by like Facebook messages and scam calls and random texts like from T-Mobile or this or that, you know. Like it's been really nice with that as well. I don't know if this is really like helpful for you guys, but I just want to give you a little bit of an update. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I have been doing, and I noticed that I have been getting I feel like I have been catching up with life a lot easier this way. There was a part of me that would feel like sorry for myself, or I feel like I have a little bit of like a handicap in life just because I'm a single mommy. But I should never look at myself like that, you know? I should never think that I'm at a disadvantage because I am doing everything by myself. I should kind of take that as like a strength, and that's what I've been doing lately, and you know, I love it. So yeah, I know that some of you guys, not some, one of you guys did mention that you also wanted to do like a sit down catch up thing, so I'd love to see that. Do let me know, message me, comment, let me know if you've done that. Then I'll definitely go ahead and check it out. I really don't get much time to be on YouTube as much. The only time I can be on YouTube is when I'm like uploading a video and waiting for it to go up on the interwebs. That's when I just get like a moment to really see what everyone else is up to. So do let me know and I'll go ahead and check it out. And yeah, as far as my art, I haven't really gotten much time to work on it, but I'm having a feeling that I'm slowly gonna start to see more free time to be able to do that, and that's really nice. So yeah, and what else do I want to talk about? Yes, so I wanted to talk about like the feeling of community that I've been feeling lately, and it's been really nice. I have been reaching out a lot more to people like neighbors, coworkers, just people in general that are in my vicinity, rather than just like on Facebook and Instagram or whatever via text. I mean, those loved ones, you know, obviously like your mom, your best friend who don't live with you in the same city, it's important to catch up with them every now and then, but it's also nice to reach out to people who live in the same physical area as you. So, you know, I've been kind of trying to make friends with people so that I can have some people that I can chill with. Maybe, you know, COVID, hopefully, I mean, you know, COVID is such a weird topic, but I feel like nowadays, if you're careful enough and if you're with certain people who are also careful, it's not that risky, you know? So yeah, it's been nice to be able to see that, you know, I'm not an isolated human being just going through this. I have people who are willing to help, and I have people that I can lean on, and I have people that I can just, you know, hang out with every now and then, and not just kind of romanticize situations about like, I used to, this is so weird, but I used to romanticize like having like my college days, you know, when randomly my friends would just show up at my door and we'd all hang out and play charades, kind of like, you know, like the situation with like friends. And I really miss that feeling now in this part of my life, because I never get that. So I'm thinking of kind of like reviving that sense in me, and maybe it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be, you know, like during your college days where you're doing some really interesting things. But at least you could just sit down with like another mom over a cup of like hot tea or something and just talk about life. I mean, that sounds amazing to me, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that. So yeah, I think that's my ramble for today. Hopefully you guys are able to take some type of nugget of wisdom from this, and yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Good night.